afternoon, and evening, wherever you are, and welcome back to Fan Film Reaction Time, baby. I am joined by a stellar Council of Reactors, joined by Ginger Greek, Boone Claws, and Vizaxon. How you guys doing?
Great, mate.
Good.
Great.
All right. So what we have
Good
for
to
you
be
guys
here.
on the docket today is we have a Star Wars fan film from Neptune Pictures. The channel has 259 subscribers. The film has 1.8 thousand views. So with all that being said, always we support fan films. We're gonna get right on into this. Oh, the name's Revenge of Thrawn. I don't know if I said that. My bad. It's supposed to be quiet, by the way.
Oh, okay.
When life takes an unexpected turn,
Ooh, talk to me, Thrawn.
it is normal to feel confused.
It was like one of those
But as
hypnotics.
time passes and the path follows its new direction,
I think this is after Rebels.
you let yourself go
Nice.
and believe it will continue that way
Mirror screen.
forever.
Better put those fires out.
Yeah.
Fires
What
in
an
space, no
absurd
doubt.
Yeah,
idea.
fires in space.
The destiny of the strong-willed is in constant motion. A path, even if manipulated by an external force, is always susceptible to new changes. Power is a game of perseverance. Oh, it has, of course, an element of fate, like a game of chance. But above all, it requires talent, wit, and tactics, like a game of chess. A good tactician studies these games.
They have chess in the
He
Star Wars
knows,
universe?
for example, that the
Evidently
value
they
of the
do.
cards or pieces
So
is
they have
less
the monster
important
thing.
than the order in which they are used.
Thrawn is
Victory
educated.
can only be achieved if
Probably been
each
to Earth. Beat
move
Kasparov.
is made at the right time. In my
He joined the Blue
fall,
Man Group for a while.
the first
but-
card that was given was
That's how he knows chess.
lucky. I
Ooh,
was
TIE Defenders.
shipwrecked in those terrifying lands where even your best navigators dare not venture. This remote place you call the unknown regions, and the only home I've ever had. The perfect environment to rise from my ashes, to study you and prepare myself, to build my game and master yours. Afraid, like animals, you ignored me. The few who looked for me.
Oh, dear
lost
God.
themselves.
Stock footage from
The
Lucasfilms.
others.
He's going to get
You have
sued.
forgotten me
Hmm.
because you have no memory.
There
You
goes
never
copyright.
learn from your
Mhm.
history.
Uh-oh.
Where I learn, you forget. Where I remember, you
This guy's
fail.
accent is all over the
All I
place.
needed was a trump card to complete my hand, and you gave it to me on a Beskar platter. Blinded by your negligence, you have allowed your republic to crack and flare. I will
Well, that
only
was
have to
Beskar
blow
platter
on the
instead of silver
embers
platter.
to finally destroy it. You
Already
have
then.
been the architects of its own destruction. Today, finally, it is time to play the game again. Today, finally, I will have revenge. Fire. Ah, yes. You found the Empire. You hated it. You burnt it down. You replaced it. But for what? The behavior of your leaders is so disappointing.
This guy
Hypocrites,
Irish or
obsessed
Swedish?
with the glory of their little careers, drowning in pride, corrupted by a republic that has become an oligarchy, intoxicated by their victories, even when they are only partial,
I think it's Klingon, actually.
unable to recognize their failures.
Eh.
Yet, failures are the greatest teacher. A failure is never a mistake, or
This is some great
rather,
game footage.
it does not become one until we refuse to acknowledge it.
Losing
Your
ships right and
officials
left.
can continue to cling to their ideals, their goodness, merit, or even glory are
TIE Defender.
irrelevant.
Love TIE
What
Defenders.
matters
Pew, pew, pew.
is knowledge. The one who knows his enemy
Oh.
has the
Listen,
power.
Captain
And
Batista
from
lips right
afar,
there doesn't look
I
bothered
have
about
not
anything.
stopped observing. They always make choices that they see as morally acceptable, instead of turning to those that are strategically efficient.
Oh.
Their every move is stupidly predictable, if not almost heroically clumsy. And all the while, they lull you with pretty words of justice, hope, and security. And you listen to them devoutly.
Is that taken from another fan
You
film?
turn a blind eye on reality
no idea.
to make life seem
It's not from
easy.
actually any Star Wars that I've seen.
Yeah.
Far be it from me to blame you. In a way, everyone wants to feel safe. But that feeling is just an illusion.
Bye,
In
ship.
the shadows, there are always new enemies to look for.
It's a
And to
trap.
find
It's
people
an
of the
elaborate
galaxy.
ruse.
You did not expect me. You have forgotten me, but I have come to save you. More than ever, we need rationality, discipline, and order.
That's a Victory class Star Destroyer
The
right there, by the way.
wounds
Uh-huh.
I swear, this is like the fourth time he's mentioned being
Eventually
forgotten. It's like,
heal.
is he going for
will
revenge? Is he
emerge
like just a jilted
stronger,
lover or
More
something?
united, more
Yeah,
pure.
I think Vader didn't choke him enough.
Seriously.
Today, everything will change. The Empire will be reborn
Interdictor class, nice.
stronger
He's definitely knows his
than
ships, though.
ever.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh,
was
that wink at
interesting.
the end. Yep, jilted lover.
Yep.
All right. Well, I have to say this was one that I was kind of chopping at the bit to get to. I can't say I was disappointed, but I can't say
Interesting.
that I was. I can't say that I was particularly impressed either. There was some great shots here. You know, I always love my pew pews and space battles and everything like that. I love Thrawn. Thrawn is one of my favorite extended universe canon. And I know he's supposed to be canon now because of Rebels, but his extended universe stuff is just always. So in the TIE Fighter and X-Wing games and all that stuff, I love Thrawn. But yeah, I don't know. But this one did not exactly live up to my expectations. I do see what they were going for with Thrawn. Thrawn is very meticulous. He's very strategic. He's very, you know, he plans out every single move, 10 moves in advance. So I see where they were going, but this one was kind of middle of the road for me from what I expected versus what I wanted. So, Ginger, go ahead.
First of all, I thought the script was actually really nicely written. It is very much in keeping with like Thrawn, the character, and I can't fault him on that. When you've seen so many fan films that just either they ad lib and fail, or they just write a script that's abysmal, this is solid. But it did repeat itself a bit often, and the constant reminder of people forgot him and all this kind of stuff. And it's just like, okay, fine. It dragged on a little bit for my liking, but aside from like, the stock 3D stuff, it does give credit to all the models that he used. I saw in the credits there, so he gives links to that. So props to that. I can't crap on this too much. It's definitely a passion project. So it just dragged a little bit for my liking, but other than that, it was fine. Well written, that's for sure.
All right, Boone Claws, what did you think?
It was a good Interesting video. I liked the pew pews and that. I mean, it kind of reminded me of Battlestar Galactica with all the bullets flying at one ship and kaboom. I mean, that's brought that back for me. I did like it. It was interesting. So I was trying to figure out, he's playing a chess game by himself, but he's explaining why he's doing while he's playing chess. So that's pretty good.
Okay. Vizaxon?
Yeah, so okay, I'm very murky when it comes to any extended Star Wars canon. So Thrawn is a fairly new character for me, but I did get just from the dialogue that yeah, okay, he's a really like what cousin Cheeto said, he's a really meticulous character that thinks everything like 10 steps in advance and then makes his move. And everybody else will seem, if to everyone else it would seem like it's, oh my god, out of the blue. And it's like, no dude, I've been playing this for years, I've played the long game. But yeah, I brought it up during the video. It's just like, okay, he said he's been forgotten like 4 times now. It's like, is he planning some sort of revenge, or is he just like a jilted lover having a bit of a snit here? But no, I liked it, but this was it kind of felt like one of those parts in movies where like it felt like a part of a movie that had like built up to like, this was like the end game, this was the end thing that you were working towards without anything in front of it to actually like explain the entire journey that got up to that point. It was just like it was just like it was almost like you skipped the entire movie and you just got to like the very end, the finale. That's kind of what it felt like to me, but it was good. Yeah, I don't know how to explain that very well. I'm sorry.
The listening to you explain it, it kind of makes me feel like, like
Yeah.
in the movies, like in Ocean's 11 and stuff, when they start explaining the plot, but then the actual plot is happening while they're doing it. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what it felt like, is like he's explaining his plot, but it's actually happening while he's explaining it. So they're kind of combining 2 things into one. I get what you're saying, and that's where I'm like,
Yeah.
That's very Thrawn like, where he's just like he's mind palacing like the battle strategy. But so all right, I'll start with the rankings. I'm gonna give this a 7. I really thought it was good. The premise is good. The character, the love they're giving the character of Thrawn is good. If Disney and Lucasfilms give half of this, give half this much love to Thrawn, they might succeed at doing Thrawn justice, in my opinion. But but they should go all the way. They don't need to go halfway, assholes. Go all the way with Thrawn. And yeah, I think a 7's a really good place for this. As I said, it top notch script, as Ginger said. So yeah, Ginger.
Well, there is no chance Disney will write this character half as good as this guy did. I'm sorry, but on the script alone, I'll give this a 7 out of 10. I've already said what I needed to say. Fair play to Jules for this.
All right, Vizaxon. Do you want me to come
I'll
back?
probably give it a 7.
I'm like, did you freeze?
No, I was thinking.
Boone Claws, what would you give this?
Are we pulling a lever when we get 777?
Well, we already would have got that.
Yeah, I know that. I like the ship battles and everything. As I said earlier, I'm gonna give it an 8. I mean,
Okay.
I really like it was pretty good.
Okay. Well, with that all being said, everybody, thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for all my co-hosts, Ginger Greek, Vizaxon, Boone Claws, for being here. Even though it's after Christmas when this is going to be airing, we're always glad to have Boone Claws here with us. So, as we always do, please, I'm going to put the link for this fan film in the description. Please go over, and whether you liked it or not, at least give it some love. Give it a like. Right. And if you really liked it, subscribe. You never know what these people are going to be coming out with next. So we always like to support fan film creators. We love what they do. And even though we may not like it, You may. Other people do. So, that all being said, we are NerdTube, the greatest YouTube channel you kind of maybe sort of heard of. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.